Altruism. What is altruism? Altruism is the unselfish concern for the well-being of others and involves a desire to help rather than be obligated, and usually involves no expectations of getting something in return. For example, giving the homeless money or helping someone off the ground. Pretty sweet, right? Well, it even gets better. Research suggests that practicing altruism enhances our personal well-being, emotionally, physically, romantically, and financially. Altruism is a socially complex behavior, and for that many people believe that others don't perform actions from the kindness of their hearts, but for their own selfish expectations of gain. Here's the facts. Evolutionary anthropologist Eric Michael Johnson considered a critical fact that humans could not have survived in nature without the charity and social reciprocity of a group. He backs up his claim by contrasting Sefu, a pygmy from the Congo, and the novel Atlas Shrugged, written by Ayn Rand. The Mbuti tribe has no chief and are all equal to each other. Sefu, a member of this tribe, slipped away to set up his own net in front of the others when no one was looking. He caught the first of the animals fleeing from the noise and kept the animal to himself rather than sharing with the other members of the tribe. He was discovered before he could get away. He was punished for trying to steal meat from the tribe and for seeing himself as someone greater than everyone else. He was banished from the tribe as punishment. This could be seen as a drawback from altruism, but if you ignore the whole Sefu incident, you'd see that the tribe relies on one another to survive. In Ayn Rand's novel Atlas Shrugged, her protagonist, John Galt, suggests, by the grace of reality and the nature of life, man, every man, is an end in himself. Galt announced, he exists for his own sake and the achievement of his own happiness in his highest moral purpose. Is Ayn Rand's protagonist John Galt correct? Christopher Boehm has been studying the interplay between the desires of an individual and that of the larger group for more than 40 years. What he has found is in direct opposition to Ayn Rand's selfish ideal. For example, in 100% of LPA societies ranging from the Andaman Islanders of the Indian Ocean archipelago to the Inuit of northern Alaska, generosity or altruism is always favored toward relatives and non-relatives alike, with sharing and cooperation being the most cited moral values. This can be seen as evidence aiding altruism as part of human behavior. Although the times views on altruism has become askew, but in the end, altruism has been a major player in the evolution of mankind.
Bystander effect. The bystander effect is almost the opposite of altruism. By definition, the bystander effect refers to the phenomenon in which the greater the number of people present, the less likely people are to help a person in distress. For example, a notorious case illustrating the bystander effect includes the subway tragedy in Times Square on December 3, 2012. This tragedy included two men getting into an altercation. One of the men was pushed down into the tracks and wasn't able to get out before the train hit him. What did the witnesses do? They watched and took pictures. The man was reported to be struggling for a good 22 seconds. This subway station was roaming with civilians and no one helped. The bystander effect also applies to situations of a lesser degree, such as bullying, something we are all familiar with. Witnessing a person being bullied and seeing a whole crowd surround the victim being attacked is a more familiar example of the bystander effect. The people watching, videotaping, and antagonizing the situation to escalate are the bystanders. A common theme and part of the bystander phenomenon is assuming diffusion of the responsibility. Others believe that someone besides themselves will help. One goes through a series of checklists that include, first, noticing the incident. Second, interpreting the incident. Thirdly, assuming a responsibility. And fourth, attempting to help. This checklist is more often than not an unconscious process in the mind. When first noticing the incident, people either choose to ignore or acknowledge the incident. If they choose to acknowledge the incident, they will then choose to interpret the incident. When interpreting the incident, they will decide whether or not it's their responsibility to get involved or turn the other way and implement their choice. More often than not, with the bystander effect, people choose to turn a blind eye because they haven't registered their part in giving a helping hand or have assumed too much of the situation. Altruism is a selfless behavior, while the bystander effect is a selfish behavior.